Welcome back to DC-Cember, as we continue with our list of the top 12 Superman actors. Let's return to the live-action front with this number 5 pick.
So will I see you around?
I'm always around.
I love Brandon. He's a sweet man. I've met him numerous times, and every time I met him, he's been just humble and just honored to be there. I love the fact that he sounded like Christopher Reeve. I know some people didn't. I loved it. I know when I was sitting there watching the Returns movie, I know people give it hell, but I liked it. Don't get me wrong, there were some things wrong with it. It could have been a better script, but I still liked the movie. But him as Superman in that movie, it just made me feel nostalgic again. To hear that voice where it sounded like Christopher Reeve, I was transported back when I was 8 years old, and I was like, this shit is good. So it was good. He did such a fine job in that. Now, mind you, I didn't like the fact that the story called for him being a baby daddy, but I did like the fact that he was Superman and he was trying his best to be a better Superman. I was like, this is good. Him as an actor, he's a great actor. The story could have been better. Like I said, I didn't like the fact that he left. He came back and Lois is with another man, but I still liked it.
I hope this experience hasn't put any of you off flying. Statistically speaking, it's still the safest way to travel.
No, yeah, he really did bring a lot of Christopher Reeve. But in the light of it, I think he brought a little bit more of himself into it as well, which I think for him as a Superman actor, there's a slight difference that you can tell. But I do love the fact that he brought the same quirkiness as Clark Kent. He brought so much of the nobleness of Superman himself that it definitely brought me back, even almost in the light of George Reeves a little bit.
I don't lie, dude. I got misty-eyed in that movie.
Same, especially like the scene where he got beat up on like planet Krypton and him getting stabbed by Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. I mean, like I don't think I cried harder and ever seen Superman get brutally beat up like that ever.
All those movies, like I said, that movie had its ups and downs. Like when he got his ass beat, when Superman got his ass beat by those thugs, I was like, fight back.
Right. Yeah, like try. Yeah, and then he's getting his ass beat.
Yeah, I mean, granted, yeah, it is a kryptonite island, but still, like, it shouldn't be draining him that fast or so, but oh well.
I think that was my biggest gripe about it was he didn't throw a punch in the whole movie, not one.
No.
And then bum brushed by the thugs. I was like, fight back. But then, I was like, damn. Of course, he lost his powers, and those dudes were kind of thick, but still, I was like, kick him in the knee.
Like, throw a, haymaker or something,
When they gave him the role in the Arrowverse as the Kingdom Come Superman, I felt like he was redeemed. I felt like Brandon actually got his up and coming. Like he was given a spot and he played it well. He looked great. Of course, Kingdom Come is my favorite story of all time as far as books go, and he was portraying that. And I'm like, good, they got an actor to do this part, and it was Brandon, someone I respected. I'm glad they didn't just grab someone off the street and go, hey, let's do this. I mean, they could have hired me, but
yeah.
But I still like the fact that they used Brandon. He needed to come back and be revived as Superman.
And I gotta say, I do agree with you, Don, that with Brandon's portrayal, it definitely was Christopher Reeve influence, but he did made it his own because he sounded a little bit deeper than Christopher Reeve did as Superman, like deeper, but with a little more sense of authority sometimes, but still being Superman-like. And even though he had the shortest exposure as Superman with only doing one film and then the Crisis crossover, I have to say his look in Kingdom Come, that's probably his most iconic look now because it's more unique. Not to mention being the first live-action actor to ever put on that suit. That's got to say something.
Whoa, Ray, you are looking jacked.
No. It's your cousin, sort of.
I was like really impressed with the Kingdom Come suit. Him wearing it, I felt like it's almost really awesome to see because they kind of hint through almost like, he came from, Superman Returns, and he kind of grew into the Kingdom Come storyline of kind of like what happened after everything, and just seeing him getting so emotional after him transporting back into the ship, and then he's telling Supergirl what that symbol means on his chest. And I felt like, man, the writers on that show for Crisis, they did a freaking good job. And I think for him, it was very well deserved. And I mean, that sounds like a broken record, but it's just, I mean, we all can agree to that.
That's true. And I liked how at the very end of the crossover, we get to see him with a variation of the Kingdom Come suit, but with the red and yellow instead of red and black.
Yeah. He has hope again.
This might be controversial, but I gotta say, the Lois Lane with our number 4 pick, I feel like she fit more in line with Brandon Routh's Superman than the next entry. I don't know, some of the scenes they had together, it felt more right to me in some ways. Granted, during that crossover, the Arrowverse Lois, she was kind of flirting with all different versions of Clark.
Is that him?
It's either him or the buff guy on the paper towel rolls.
And who here would have liked to see a miniseries of him in the Kingdom Come suit before Crisis would begin?
Oh, are you kidding?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like I said, if they would do that story, that'd be amazing. And then you have to put the little Easter eggs in the back, like Alex Ross puts all those, like Beppo, the damn monkey. He needs to put those in there, all that stuff. You got to do all of it. So, yeah. When it comes to Kingdom Come, if you will look at the background, there's so much going on in the background. It's amazing. So if they would have done that live action, hell yeah, I would have loved to see that.
Even in the darkest times, hope cuts through. Hope is the light that lifts us out of darkness.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and be sure to tune in for tomorrow's episode, as we'll be going through the list one day at a time till Christmas Eve. Also, check out Donnie Callahan's YouTube channel for more of his work, as he's bringing new episodes of Memoirs Under the Yellow Sun. In the meantime, check out last year's DC-Cember playlist and other content on this channel, as more will come on DC-Cember.